Now, welcome back. And today on Open Studio, we are talking about water management in the Western Cape and food production with Yandisa and Sizwe from Ekazi Project. And if you're wondering who they sat next to them, it is Farouk Robertson from the city of Cape Town. Now, I want to ask you, where did your love of gardening start?
Yeah, my love from gardening started when I was still in Eastern Cape.
Yes.
Yeah, there I used to to watch Awanda Batala Belima. Yeah, so when I moved to Cape Town, ezo zinto started bazingabonakali. Then I met Sizwe and the other guys from Ekazi Project Green, and I loved into abayenzayo then. So then that joined through Bona. So then I started again to Lime. Yeah.
Okay. Now, Farouk, with the water crisis in Cape Town, it is unique than the other provinces. And what are you doing is, why is this? Let me just put it like that.
Yeah, I think the water crisis that we're talking about currently as a result of the changing climatic conditions.
Oh.
You know, unfortunately, the prediction of climate is not, something which we are experts in, but it is something that we also need to take cognizance of. So, if there are no rains, what we've got to do now is we've got to make the best of what we've got. And it is also, the type of projects that our young colleagues here are referring to. It's encouraging projects because as part of the city's way of dealing with water and advising communities and people at home, and even within business environments, is that the use of grey water.
Okay.
Like water from washing machines, water from wash buckets, and that can be used back either to flush a toilet, or it can be used even in the food gardens.
Oh.
It can be used for gardening. Practically in my own household, that's what I do. I use it for both the flushing of the toilet, and then I use it also in the garden as well, and it keeps the garden nice and going. But the main thing now would be, the objective would be to use as much of that water rather for flushing, so that we don't have to use any drinking water for that purposes. So using grey water would sort of offset, the requirement for drinking water. And then it's also then important that to also note, if you're going to be using it for, for food gardens and that yes, that people shouldn't be putting harmful stuff in the water. Stuff that's going to be impacting your food production negatively in that. But it's a great initiative, and it's good. And like I said, it offsets the use of drinking water. But the current situation is, as we can see, with the weather predictions, there's no real forecast of good rainfalls and that. We've seen that most of the rainfall have sort of just shifted right past us. We see the clouds, and then that high pressure cell comes along and just pushes it away, and it moves away from from the city itself and not landing in our catchments. Now, something that is very important. I mean, we've had a couple of drizzles in that.
Yeah.
And those drizzles, it's not significant. It provides a bit of relief, but what our communities, our water consumers mustn't do is that, okay, it rains now, we're going to go back to our old practices.
Oh.
We should be looking at water completely differently. We should be saying, let's use that good quality drinking water only for essential purposes. Wherever we can utilize any other methods or any other mechanism to achieve the same objective, not drinking water. All right? So rainwater would also assist you. Put your buckets there, out there under the gutters of the roofs for those people with formal structures. Put it there. Rainwater harvesting is then good. You understand? And then, like I said, the grey water reuse, putting a system in so that you can reuse that water and effectively in that. And then it's about the practices in and around the house.
Oh.
That nice, open the tap and have a lovely conversation on the sideline, but the water is running. A dripping tap, it drips, don't worry, we'll get to it. No, we shouldn't encourage those type of behaviors. In fact, in and amongst our communities, within our households, within our families and that.
Yeah.
We should have striking conversations, you know, about what it is. In fact, neighbors should be competing. How can I reduce? What are you doing differently? I'm within the 6 kiloliter band already, which means, you know, my water bill is very, very low.
Yeah.
So it is about changing our culture towards water. You know, the slogan, the national slogan, it says, water is life, sanitation is dignity.
Uh-huh.
So everything in life depends on water, you know, and what should we be valuing most dearly is that water. Because if we look at the Cape itself and then how our country has come about, it has come about as a result people surrounding the Cape and saying, hey, but we need drinking water.
Now, to you guys, you are involved in the gardening project. How is this water crisis in the city affecting you?
Oh, lucky for us, we have a borehole. So, like, there was a previous project that was there in that piece of land that we are currently occupying. So, but the people who were working on that land, they decided to let the project go, and then we decided to take the land and start a food project. So they had a borehole before. So to us, like, we're not struggling at the moment. We have a borehole, yeah.
Yeah, but to other people who are using like water, not like borehole. Yeah. Maybe to some it can be like they can get affected because like they may like projects zabo zinga down because of water. Like water crisis that is happening currently here in Cape Town. So like some of the projects might be forced to shut down because of the water crisis in Cape Town.
Well, I guess that's why Farouk is here, to school them about how they can make use of water. Again, who is the founder of the Ekazi Gardening Project, and what is the initial goal with it, besides supplying for school? When you look long term, what is the goal?
Yeah, like there's no individual who started the project. Yeah. It was a collective, first of all. But yeah, like we started as studying just a food project without knowing there's a food politics, there's a politics of land. So for us, like, the more we got deep into the food garden, the more we made connections with the other young people who are doing similar kind of project that we are doing. But like what we want to talk about, we don't want just to be busy at the school because it's a small piece of land. So our end goal is like also to get access to a bigger land so we can involve more young people, because it's not just only about us.
Hold that thought, because we're coming back. And to you at home, we are talking about the water crisis in the city of Cape Town and food production. And for now, let's go to the ad break.